Hey, welcome to Tabletop Skirmish Games. I'm Lee, and in this video I'll be unboxing these Frostclaw Riders Regiment and this dude, Hernas the Hunter from Kings of War. Now, I've never played Kings of War, and I've got these models because they just look awesome, and they're going to play a role in our new fantasy game that we're currently writing, and that'll be available around May, June time this year, so look out for that. So we're making some preparations ahead, but I saw this on my Facebook group for Tabletop Skirmish Games, and someone shared this set, and I thought it looked awesome, and I checked it out on Wayland Games, and it was only £16 for these two models. So let's get it open, and I'll go through everything that's included in the box, and then I'll get the miniatures built so you can have a look at them up close at the end, fully assembled. I think it's great value, £16 for two pretty good sized models. That was really appealing, and I've not bought anything for Kings of War before, so I thought it'd be fun to pick this set up. So I ordered them on Wayland Games, grabbed that other dude as well, and here you can see all the contents now. So we're going to get 4 sprues all together, and right away I'm just seeing this looks great. I'm really seeing some definition from those feathers. We've got this base as well, and I think it's a rank and file game. I'm not too sure about Kings of War, so you'd put these on the same sprue, but I'm going to put them on separate sprues. Let's look at the first one. You're going to get 2 of these in the set, and this is going to give you one of the taller bases, if you like, a little rock column, and then you're going to get one of the dwarves, and then you're going to get the wings and the face for one of the different positions of this crow. And I've got to say, this looks awesome. The feathers are fantastic, really well done. And there's a couple of head options here for the dwarves. They're going to be armed with either a spear or these rock crystals that they're throwing down onto the enemy. Let's have a close-up look at one of the heads. That's going to come out really nice. I think these are going to be great to paint in the layer technique. So contrast is tempting too, but I think layering these up, they're very well defined with the sculpt. So I think this would be a good one to layer. With the crow though, I think I'll probably just go contrast paint and then do some dry brushing over, like I've done for the other crows I made for my space wolves. But yeah, these feathers are excellent. Really nice texture. I think feathers come out really good in these kind of miniatures, and they've done a really nice job here getting these so well defined too. Alright, we've got some other sprues. We're going to get 2 of these as well. So you might notice you're going to get a lot of extra wings here left over. And you've actually got 2 extra dwarves that are left over once you've built these 2. So that's cool as well. And here's the other head. You get 2 different heads. And then you've got the wings are going to be in a different position. But you end up using the same body for the crow. And then and the tail. But you just put the different wings, head, and this rock column that they're going to be like glued onto, so they're going to be different. Here's a different head as well for one of the dwarves. The dwarf bodies are slightly different too, and there you can see the body of the crow. I keep calling it a crow because I like crows. It's a raven, I suppose, but for me it's a crow, so I'm just going to keep calling it that. Alright, there we are, getting on those wings again. There's another nice position for the wings. I can't believe I never saw this set before. This is exactly the sort of thing that I'm really into, so it was really cool to see it coming up on my Facebook group. Alright, let's measure this base. We're looking at 15 centimetres, just under 6 inches there, and that's going to be by 5 centimetres, just under 2 inches. And then thickness, you can see that's what's that, 3 mil? That'll come in handy for something else later on. Let's get open this guy, Hernas the Hunter. I love dwarves, I love dwarf rangers, and my favourite dwarves are Torch and Shield at the moment. If you haven't seen that video I did, then check that out. Those models are absolutely brilliant, and you can still get those, I believe. So yeah, check out that video. I'll link to it down below. But let's get this one open. Now, the reason I've ordered this is because on Wayland Games, if you spend £20 or more, you get free delivery. Now, this goes £8, so when you compare that to the 2 crows with the riders at only 16, it seems a little bit pricey, but I'm a big fan of metal miniatures. I won't be using this square base, but just to give you an idea in case you wanted to get it, it's 20mm by 20mm. But I do like metal miniatures, and this guy is a ranger dwarf. I love rangers in D&D, that kind of thing, and our fantasy skirmish game is going to have some elements of D&D in there. So if you're a fan of DVD, but you like the combat more than anything, then I think you're really going to enjoy that. So look out for more about that very soon. But here he is. This is the metal miniature. A little bit of tidying up to do, certainly between the legs there. That axe is a little bit bent. We'll just twist that back into place. But yeah, I love metal miniatures. Just that extra weight on the table of moving them around is really appealing and great fun. And I think this guy is going to be a good one to paint up too. That hood and cloak Yeah, awesome. Great little miniature. The base is quite chunky and it doesn't actually fit into the base that they supply, which I'll show you in a minute. And then it's just got the crossbow. So only one part to assemble here. We'll have to trim this up. Here we go. You can see it doesn't quite fit, so you'd have to do a little bit of tidying up to get that in there. But just a little trim and file down. You can even use a little blade on this if you wanted to. Alright, there we go. That's everything from that box, and then also the extra Hernas the Hunter. So now let's get it built, and then you'll have a real good idea about what it looks like. Now normally I don't film the build process, but I thought I'd try something different today, so I'm going to just give you a little clip here just showing a few bits cut off the sprue, and then I'm going to do a time lapse, so it's going to speed up in a minute, and you'll see the whole process of getting it built up. But all I do is I trim off all the components I need for each model, and then I lay them out in a little pile, and then I work my way through, trimming off again with the clippers if I need to, and then I'll use a little scalpel that's not very sharp, and I'll use that to then just like scrape away and just trim off all the little bits of sprue that are left on. But yeah, these are really nice, big chunky plastic this, and when I glued it together, it just went together so smoothly. I've got to say, this is one kit that goes together exceptionally well. I was very impressed with this, so I'd certainly be keen to explore the Kings of War models a lot more, although I'm not interested in playing that kind of game. I think the miniatures have got a lot of promise, and they've got tons of factions to choose from, and again, all on Wayland Games. There's a link down below where you can save up to 20% on all your hobby products. It's an affiliate link, so you'd also be supporting me here on the channel too. So if you wanted to order one of these for yourself, just click on that Wayland link and have a look. But yeah, you can see from this sprue, you've got like the wings and the head are going to be different for each pose, but you're going to get the body and the tail for both of them. Alright, let's speed things up then. So this is the time lapse. You can see I've laid everything out now in order of the different models, and then I'll go through and I'll just trim and scrape away all of the models before I glue them together. So really do treat this in batches. So clip it all out, tidy it up, and then start gluing it together. And I'll glue one bit as that's set in. I'll move on to another part of the model. You can see there I'm letting the body glue dry before I put the wings on, and then just trimming up the little figures. And I'm going to keep these separately so I can easily paint them, but I'll put some blue tack on so you can see them riding them later on. And that's it. They're all done and now ready for painting. So what I've done with the two crows is I've glued them onto some bases. I'm going to use these 50mm bases because for the bigger characters in our game, we're going to recommend 40 to 50mm for the bases. So these will act as a kind of big model, or you could use them as a mount. And so that's going to introduce some new rules to our core rules that we use in, say, Population Z that was grown out of Weekend Warriors. All right, here's the other one. Really awesome pose, this. Those wings, sometimes I'm worried about big parts like this going on, but they did go together dead smooth. I found the back bit of the tail and the saddle, tiny gap there, but I don't think you're going to notice that at all. Otherwise, for me, the most important part was getting those wings set, and they went together fantastic. Then you got this model, and he's just going to sit on top. I'll put some blue tack on in a minute, and then get some good close-up shots. But yeah, he looks awesome. I changed the spear around, though. I made sure to give him the spear that was at a slight angle that didn't interfere with the wings. So you've got two different spear options. So just dry fit those first before you glue it on. And then this guy looked great throwing this kind of rock crystal. So I just trimmed the hand off of one of the other spears and glued that onto his back. And then I'll actually use these when we develop their rules. They'll have a spear and some kind of bomb or explosive crystal. That's going to play into the rules then. And I think that's awesome. When you get models you like and then you come up with rules for your own games, that's really fun. And here's Hernas the Hunter, this dwarven ranger. I think he looks great too. I've tidied up the base a bit, just trimmed it around the edge so it's not so chunky, filed away a lot underneath so it's nice and smooth, and then I'm going to glue that to the base later on. I might take a bit more of that metal off, I'm not sure yet. And then we've got all this left, so you can see you've got two sets of wings, two crow's heads, and two complete bodies, with 3 heads left on the sprue, all the weapon options, so you can make some extra riders. They might be okay to put on some base, maybe, if you put a little rock on the base and then stand them on it. That could be really fun. Then you can play them just as separate models, and then those sprues are empty, and there's, another head there, and 2 arms as well. So, yeah, I'm going to do that, build those up, and put them on some separate bases. But altogether, I was really impressed with this set. I love it, really happy. For getting those 2 birds for £16, that's excellent value. Really happy with that. So all up, this came to £24. That included delivery in the UK from Wayland. And I've got 2 fantastic miniatures here and a special character in metal. So for me, that's brilliant. I'd love to know what you think about these models, and also if you've bought any of the other Kings of War miniatures, let me know what you think down below. I hope you found this video helpful and it gave you a good idea about what's included in the set. And if you did like the video, it'd be awesome if you liked it. And also, if you haven't subscribed yet, but have been enjoying the content lately, then please subscribe. It really helps the channel and helps me to grow and get these videos out in front of more people. So that would be awesome. For now, though, thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you here next time on Tabletop Skirmish Games. But before you go, though, you might be interested about our Patreon. So I'll let you know about that. I've updated it now. We've got all the membership tiers on there now with different ways you can join, and the plan going forward, and we're doing it now with Population Z, is that all the different tiers will get our supplements and one-shots for free. So if you're paying £3 for a one-shot each month, you might as well join as one of the membership options from as little as £3 per month, and then you'll get all of them free. So any that we release and any that we have released will be available for free. Thanks so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you here again very soon.